Vicky's Queen Bee. Oops, I mean Vicky's Retro Queen Bee, right? I'm a retro, an older bee. I hope my busy bees are somewhere buzzing around and will find this live. If not, you can watch it later. But this is me. I thought I'd show my picture tonight. And in the background, you can see my messy craft table. I'm in the process of making these beautiful papers that I'm going to digitalize and create a kit, a junk journal kit with all my original art. And so that's my next project. Well, I'm going to turn this around, and um, what we're going to do today is talk about a photo album that I made out of paper sack bottom. I really like this type of photo album, and they're easy, and you can make them fairly quickly. And so I'm going to turn around the film here. Oh, there we go, to my desk. Now I got to put it into the camera holder. And then I have to position it. Well, you saw some of the goodies on my desk that I'm going to show. Here it is. So I made a one, I think it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 page journal. Actually, it's a photo album out of a paper sack bottom. And what I did is and you notice I don't sew very good, but I just sewed as straight down the spine as I could, all the photos. Zoop, and that's how I made the album. I also, before I did that though, I did sew around each page. So the first page, isn't that a cute button? I found it in my stash. I'm sure it's probably from the 1930s because it looks like that shoe that they used to wear. And these are some flower stamps. And then this is just a bunch of collage. This is a stamp. So I did do some stamping. This is another stamp. I need to tell the story. I was looking all over for my 1940 annual and I could not find it. It's like disappeared out of my craft room. And so I thought, oh my goodness, where is the thing? I looked and looked in all the drawers. I looked in all my cabinets, reorganized some shelving, and I could not find it. So I sat down and I opened my mail, and I belong to a Patreon group, and it's Ricky, and she is called the Brick Brick Collage Factory. And I did leave the name in my what do you call it, description, so that you could just copy it and paste it into Patreon if you want to look her up. But I belong to her Happy Mail. And lo and behold, look at this. She sent me 1940 small pictures of Lady and Men as part of my Happy Mail. And I said, oh my gosh, what a savior. So, because these annuals really go nice in these photo albums. Let's see, and I think this is, uh, I can never see the dang measurements on this thing. It's supposed to have measurements, right? 3 inches by 3 inches. So it's small, 3 inches by 3 inches. And I did do a memory here. I said a photo album and old photos. iconic photos, memory and time, emotions move time machine, remembering the past, more relaxing than meditating, 2024. So iconic photos, that's what they are. Iconic photos, like that name. Open it up. And this piece, in my coffee shop, I have available old math papers, and there's some writing on those papers. And this is just some writing on those old papers. So I stuck that down, and this comes from an old knitting machine and old crochet book. And they had some socks. And then on top of that, I did some embossing with the machine. And then I painted the flowers red. And here is another annual lady. I stuck her picture here, and I just took a stamp that I had that was round and oval for her picture frame. Now, here is Doris. Now, this I had in my stash papers that are scraps, but this is the annual I was trying to find that I cannot find someday, maybe. But her name is Doris Jean Tanger, November 7th, 1933. Oh, I guess it's 30s. Doris had a neat way about herself and her work. She enjoys reading books and writing letters. To be a typist is her ambition. So she was a senior home economic club person. And I just thought she was cute, and I liked her little saying. And so, this is a stamp, and then what I did is I went over it in black ink with a piece of paper and black ink, a pen. I just went over it. This piece of paper, I have a reel showing how to make these, and they're really easy. You just put the white paint, do any kind black. I use a Posca pen. Here's another one. I painted copper and used a Posca pen. This one I used white, and then I used a gray Posca pen. So in my Happy Mail, I got some Greg shorthand, and so this is a little shorthand available. Underneath this I use this book. It's a 1960 book that I got it off eBay. It's just a really tiny, probably 2-inch by 3-inch address book from the 1960s. So, and I won it in an auction. Couldn't even tell you how much I paid, but I know it wasn't much. All right. And what does this say here? Oh, we love the house of prayer. So yeah, I love the house of prayer. So this comes off this particular music sheet here that I painted white. And I don't know if it means anything. No, me the winters by. Anyway, I added this as a tab with this. I just glued this together, so I have a tab here to flip the page with. This is an old cuckoo clock. I did get that in Happy Mail, and I did get this photo in Happy Mail from Ricky. It's finding something to do with my bits and bobs. It makes me feel real. And Olga is a lady that's in our group, and she always has these great sayings. She always comes up with great sayings. Anyway, that's from her. And this is embossing. I just took the old paper and painted it again and then embossed on top of it. These are stamps. And again, that was a stamp. And then I took my pen and made the flower. So it looks whimsical. This page is Be Yourself. Everyone else is already taken. And I did look up Oscar Wilde. He had a funny history. I don't know. It seemed to me he was kind of maybe a lonely person, but anyway. And this is my embossing of my old papers. And of course, this is my semic writing. And this particular photo came from my Patreon group. I forgot. This particular frame for this lady is Martha Stewart. She has a punch and it comes apart like that, clips in, and then you just punch and it comes out like this. I really like those. I really, really like that punch. So I am glad about that punch. Okay, so I wanted to kind of share some of the things. All right, again, this came from my Patreon group. This lady, I think these ladies are all waiting for the raffle, right, to be pulled. This is a napkin. This came from the Patreon group that she sent. And underneath here is embossing of an old page. Oh, my butterfly. I love these butterflies. And, there's like, see, so this is made out of paper. This is made out of, I think a book page, if I can get it up. Yeah, book page. And then this is made out of my uh, art paper that I made, the top layer. So it's a three-dimensional butterfly. And I do have this one in my Amazon store, but I love this punch. Oh, I use it all the time. You can make three different types of butterflies, one, two, three. You can use them all separately, or you can put them on top of one another and make three-dimensional. But this is a great tool. I love it. Who makes, oh yeah, EK. Sturdy, it's strong. It'd be worth your investment because I know if you're a crafter like me, you will use this. This is from the annual book that Ricky sent me. This is an old stamp that I put on there. And see these green things? That was from the bottom of the grocery sack. And this is just paper. Here's more that asemic writing paper that I make. And then I left all the sewing strings. I think I tried to at least put them all in one corner. So kind of, I like that look. And again, with this tulip, after I stamped it, then I inked it like this little flower here. This is the middle of the book. It says, "For the beauty of the earth." And this was 1838. And so the beauty of the earth, I just love that, the beauty of the earth. And it's still beautiful today. And again, these are from 1940 photo albums of a school album. And this is a little flower I stamped, and then I stamped a frame around these guys. A little flower I stamped, flower I stamped. This is from a Jewish paperback book. I was actually falling apart. All right. Now, this picture is from my stash, and I punched a bunch of holes in it, and I used one of these. And you can see I punched holes, so you can see the kind of the pinkish coming up through the photograph. I thought that was kind of cool. And let's see, state of Iowa. So this piece of paper came in my Happy Mail from Ricky. And this is paper I made. I don't know, I got this somewhere. I like the number, but this particular photo of these girls, I bought it in a lot, and it's 1923 on eBay. It's the picture's 1923. I bought it in a lot on eBay. Yeah. You can get photos on eBay and you can get pretty good deals. I wouldn't spend a lot of money. This particular lady, I have several photos of her. She's actually my aunt. I would say she is my great grandmother's sister. So that would be my great aunt. And this is 1890. And I put my aunt hers. And as you can see, I had taped and glued, I mean, not taped, I glued down some of these papers in this book so that I did end up sewing. When I lay down papers in the bottom, in the back, I don't pay any attention. I just lay them down. This is a tab with paper that I had made. And again, some paper I made. This came from eBay in my stash. And this is also 1923. It's hard to see the 19. And look at that car. I mean, really? It's really a cute car. That's why I like that there. And this one is a 1923. It's a little girl dancing in her ballerina outfit. I think that's cute too. They really haven't changed too much. Maybe the head dressing. And again, I have a little pocket there, and I used 1940 album from Ricky and My Happy Mail. And it says, when we look at photos, it triggers positive emotions. It strengthens our memory and relationships. It reminds us of people, pets, places, and activity, and it reduces stress and enhances our mood and overall well being. And I got that out of psychology today because I thought, I wonder why I feel so good about looking at these photos and looking at the pearl necklace and the ties and the sweaters they used to wear and their hairstyles especially. Um, anyway, that's why. This is embossing. That's here. This is 1925 photo in my stash from eBay. And then I just stamped this. And on this side, this is from my stash, 1925. This is her school in the background. So I thought was kind of appropriate because I have the album of the school and the school brick building in the background. Looks cold there. She was not dressed too warm, but that looks like snow. And I love these little black things. They come in off the album when you. That's how they used to tape the picture corners in. And again, this is my Asimic writing paper that you can check how to make it on my reel. And the very last page is a man and a wife and their dog. And I put love here because I think that's so cute. And the background, I used the embossing machine with gold. And then I stamped little corners for the photo. And this is November of 1956. I still like those kind of coats. Her brooches are cute too. And she, look at her face. They're so happy with the little hat. And his hat looks kind of odd. I don't know if it matches his outfit because it just sticks out like a sore thumb. But maybe this guy doesn't know how to dress. She knows how to dress nice. Anyway, so that's my photo book. And I don't know if I have any comments, but I will look. No, don't see any. Okay. Well, I am going to sign off and I'll see you next time and have a great time creating art. And I'm sending love. Bye bye.